think for any Kiwis, obviously there's a lot live in Australia and probably a few live here. You know, that's the one thing that gets talked about, and the rivalry, and you know where the gloating belongs is where the Bledisloe Cup sits. And I guess as a player, it's outside of the World Cup, it's probably the most important cup you play for. It's not easy to win, you know, for 4 or 5 years, especially just as I was starting playing professional rugby. We didn't have it, and you know, came short, you know, by an inch 2 or 3 years in a row. And once we actually got it back, it was I remember that feeling. It's been pretty awesome, and I just don't ever want to let it go. And we've had it for a few years now, but it's never lost its significance. We always, you know, it means a lot to the team, and as it does to all the Kiwis. And you know, you go out and play like that so that you don't give it up.
Oh, there's a lot of history behind it, I think. I think as a youngster growing up and watching New Zealand play the Australians in the Bledisloe Cup, it always meant a lot. And I suppose, you know, with the Aussies being so close to New Zealand as well, there's always a little bit of banter there, and being our neighbours and whatnot. But it's meant a lot in the last few years, retaining the cup. I was part of the team that won it back, and that was you know, a really special moment. So retaining it now for us is it is a special thing, and it's something that we really pride ourselves on. And you certainly don't want the Kiwis that live in Aussie to get more grief if we give it back to them.
Yeah, the Bledisloe Cup's a pretty special piece of silverware to the whole of New Zealand, and especially to the, you know, sort of 36 people involved in this team. I know it's got a lot of history behind it. It's something we've had for a good while now, and we don't intend to lose it this year. So it's going to be a good challenge, and it's going to be tough to hold on to it this year. But we'll be doing all we can to show the Aussie boys how much we enjoy having it.
It's pretty special. It's been around for a while. You know, there's heaps of rivalry between New Zealand and Australia. That's in any sport. You know, no matter what you do, even their jokes. You know, they get into us, we get into them. So it's a big thing. You know, we're lucky to be on winning the last couple of years. But I remember when they used to win, and I used to watch. It would come down to a penalty or something like that, and they'd kick it. How disappointed I'd be. So yeah, it's you know, it's special, and it means so much to both countries.
You know, the history there, and the fact that you know, both countries getting behind it. We get an interesting reception when we're in Australia. They love getting into us, and you know, I think that just gives it an extra spice to the game. And you know, the players obviously, you notice that as well, and you know, it gives it an extra edge, I think.
The Bledisloe Cup is something very special. There's so much history that goes with the Bledisloe Cup, and I love playing for it. Obviously against our arch rivals, the Wallabies. You know, it's always fun, you know, playing against them, because they're so competitive, and they love to win just as much as us. So there's a real rivalry that goes with playing the Wallabies, and obviously always fighting for the Bledisloe Cup, which is a very special cup that means a lot to the All Blacks.